Hello and welcome to Truly We Speak, a podcast where we uplift faith, community, and education through the voice of the people. My name is Sierra Ward and I'm your host of today's podcast. Y'all, season 2 is about why not now. So I'm having a series of people come in and talk about the amazing things that they're doing. Today I have a very, very special guest, a fellow creative, Jared Pittman. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
So you have a platform of your own. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, so it's called HomeFld the podcast. All things considered. So like the umbrella of the platform is HomeFeld.
Okay.
But I like rebranded
Yeah.
a little bit not too long ago. And so it's like all things considered presented by HomeFeld.
Okay.
And I got into podcasting. One of my homeboys, BJ Smith, we went to college together. He was a senior when I was a freshman.
Okay.
Became one of my big brothers for real, and I don't really give people that title, so like that's a lot of respect I have for him. It was during COVID. We just needed a reason to get out, get out the house. And he was in Grand Rapids at the time, so he was like, "Bro, pull up to this studio." One of our frat brothers, he owns it, and he was like, "Let's just pod."
Yeah.
I'm like, cool. So we started it, me, him, and our homeboy Marcus Smith, different dose media, and essentially it became like a place of therapy, you know, for like myself and for BJ and for Marcus.
Okay.
Cause like we would have our conversations on camera, but that would also give us opportunity just to just commune off camera and just talk about life and where we are. Life got busy for all of us.
Yeah.
They both are fathers, and so they definitely had to, prioritize different things.
Yeah.
But I really found peace, and I found essentially like my voice and like something that I really enjoy doing within podcasting. So I went to my pops and I was like I wanna start like my own business. Like I wanna have my own LLC.
Yeah.
I want it to be legitimate. And my pops, he's a judge, so he hooked me up with one of his lawyer friends and sat down with him, had a meeting, and we went through the whole shebang about, how to, get the LLC and all of that good stuff. So HomeFeld has been an entity since August of 2021. I dropped my first episode December 2021, and I've been creating content ever since. I'm over like 100 something episodes. I've done challenges on my platform. I got like a short story that I'm working on my platform too. But much like yours, like mine is to inspire, motivate, and uplift people through like conversations of journey, right? Like bringing people on to talk about their journeys, their processes. Because during COVID, I had a mental shift where I became less of a destination and result driven person and more of a process and journey driven person. Because what I've always learned, or what I've come to learn, is that it's not the destination necessarily that's like the thing that you should be so hell bent on being focused on.
Yeah.
It's more so like the things that you learn along the way within the process, within the journey, that will ultimately help you stay when you get to the destination.
Right. Yeah, for sure. Well, first I want to say congratulations, because having the drive to even want to start something, knowing what the outcome might not be, because I feel like that's the scary part. It's so many of us who are like, oh, we want to do something, or we want to make a change or something, but like don't even take that first step. So you take that first step, and then you produce 100 episodes, which that is pure dedication. I think it was Kevin Hart, or not Kevin. That's the Christian comedian. Kev on stage. Sorry, Kev. If you happen to be watching this, Kev on stage, I'm really, really sorry. But I remember when he was talking about, starting his journey, and, I had known about him growing up as a kid and everything like that, but he started off his iPhone, and he was like, if you're really dedicated to something, make like 10 and 15 episodes. And so when I started, I was like, that's just my goal. So the fact that you made 100, it's like, you've had trial and error, you've learned, you saw what worked, you saw what didn't. I guess what's like the biggest takeaway from your whole podcasting journey that has like shaped you?
Consistency. Doing things when you don't want to do them.
Yeah.
So like it's a phrase of like lean on discipline when there's no motivation.
Yeah.
Right. So like if I know I got to drop an episode next week and I don't feel like recording anything, or I don't have anything to talk about, sit down, brainstorm, figure something out, because ultimately it's people out here that's waiting on your content.
Yeah.
And we're all creatures of habit and creatures of routine. So if they know I drop on Thursdays at 12 o'clock, people gonna be waiting bi-weekly Thursdays at 12 o'clock to get some content. Also, grace, right? Because even within that, like, yes, I want to be disciplined. Yes, I want to be consistent. But sometimes, like, I've grown more lately in my awareness of, like, speaking when I have something to say, and just being quiet when I don't. So I used to be a weekly, like, every week I had an episode coming out. Then I went bi-weekly. Then I took time off where,
weekly,
like,
is really dedicated.
It is. Like, honestly, it really is.
Really
like,
dedication.
That's when, like, I had, like, I was so motivated, right?
Yes.
But then, like, life happens and I don't feel like talking, or I don't have nothing to talk about. Or I had an episode scheduled with somebody and they had to cancel, right? So all of those things, I've experienced all of those things. Or, like, I record an episode and somebody called me 15 minutes later after leaving, like, hey, yo, I kind of said some stuff on there, like, can we not? Like, so, and it's like, well, now you messing up my flow, but it happens, right? So, but giving yourself grace, because it's okay to, like, step back and reset and refocus and readjust. Because, like, for my job, I talk all day, essentially. And then to get on the platform and hold a conversation and talk more. Like, on Sundays, I don't hear my own voice until probably later on in the day, just because that's, like, my reflective day. And like I'm in a state of mind of, like, meditation. So I don't even really want to hear my own voice, but allowing myself that grace of, like, bro, you don't have to record an episode right now. You don't have to upload anything right now. If you want to take a month off, take a month off. So, like, usually when I'm doing plays and stuff like that, and we'll get into that later on, but when I'm doing shows and stuff, like, I'm extremely busy. Sunday through Thursday is, I go to work, get off work, rehearsal from 6 to 10 p.m. or Sunday this week we got rehearsal from 3 to 11 p.m. It's like it's just hard to find the time to do it. So, but then being accountable and communicating with your fan base or your followers, and be like, I'll get back with y'all in a month. So, because again, that's, like, it's not taken away from the consistency. Because I told you that I'm gonna go on this hiatus for a bit, but I'll be back for sure.
And I think you have to do that, because when you come back, it's like your clarity, you have more, you're refreshed. Like, last, a couple months, it was around, like, Christmas break, you would, like, take a break, to take that time to be able to just, like, recenter yourself. And I completely relate. And my family doesn't get it, because they're like, you're so extroverted and outgoing, like, you are a people person. I'm like, I'm a people person, but trust, I need time to, like, be with myself to be able to recharge. And I was telling somebody the other day, like, you have to input as much as you output. If you're always outpouring, when are you taking that time, like you said, for yourself? It's Sundays. When are you taking that time to, like, reflect and think on everything?
I don't play about my peace.
Yeah,
right.
You can.
And I don't play about my solitude, because I'm a cup filler, right? Like you are. You're a cup filler. And a lot of times as cup fillers, we can find ourselves pouring from an empty cup, and, like, that in itself can, in a way and in a sense, like, fill our cup, but it's not like, it's not the goodness that you really think it is, right? It's forced. And I think it's forced. But when I do, like, when I am social, I'm an ambivert. Like, it depends on the setting, right? It depends on what type of time I'm on.
Exactly.
If I'm going outside, I'm outside for like 2 hours, and I'm going back to the crib. Like, I ain't got much time outside, because it's draining. And because I consider myself a thermostat. So, like, any room I step in, like, I'm setting the temperature in the room. Like, I'm not conforming to what's going on in the room. Like I'm myself in the room. And people conform to my energy. And that's a burden, because I don't feel like being on all the time. So really having the opportunity to, and the self-awareness to be like, I got to step away, or, like, I need to recharge, or being communicative with people, like, hey, yo, like, I'm not, don't hit me up today, type of thing, or my communication may be faulty because X, Y, and Z. So I think that's really important, and like podcasting has taught me that, because of how frequently like the content comes out, the depth of the content, and sometimes you just gotta sit and just let it do its thing and stop and not force things.
Because it's quality over quantity.
Absolutely.
And if we're like always, like, you know, going back to always producing, always, how are we actually taking time to even think about what it is that we're saying? Like, be intentional with the people that we're having. Because, like, I don't know how it is for you in terms of how you kind of like do your guest selection, but I feel like there's a lot of people, you know, who are just like interested and want to do it. But it's like, I want to make sure whoever it is I'm actually talking to, we're in alignment within one of the things of that I'm passionate about, so we can really have that in-depth conversation.
It's funny that you say that, because like when I first started, like, man, people would hit me up like, hey, let me get on the pod. Hell yeah, come on, let's be on the pod. But like after a couple episodes where people like sat down with me and they was giving me nothing, or the conversation may have been over their head essentially, I was disappointed, not in them but in myself, because this is my platform. I owe a responsibility to those who listen to my platform for quality content. And like I said, like I used to be weekly, and I used to be so focused on just getting the episode out, bro. Just get the episode out. It wasn't always the best content, you know. So when I finally learned that like the quality is what matters more,
for sure,
I started being more intentional about who I bring on. Or people would be like, "Hey, Pitt, let me get on the podcast," and I'd be like, "Talk about what? What you want to talk about?" You feel me? And like, I don't know. Then we have nothing to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Because like if essentially if I come to you and ask you to be a guest, I already have something in mind for us to talk about.
Right.
But if you know, heckling me about coming on my platform, bring something to the table. You know, don't just say you want to get on here because you want to hear your own voice, or you see people listening to my stuff and you just, you know, want to get some clout or whatever the case is. That's not what, all things considered, that's not what HomeFld is about, and that's not what Truly We Speak is about. We want people of value, people that are assets, people that when people listen to them, what they're saying, it resonates with them. You know.
And I think that I'm like taking that mindset outside of the podcast in terms of who I interact with on a daily basis, right? Like if we can't have a conversation and it be in depth, like if you're not speaking life, you're speaking death. If every time I get around you, all we do is gossip and we don't, you know, our conversation isn't really going anywhere. It's like, okay, I don't know, like there's certain people when you're around them, you're like, wow, I'm drained. I'm really, really drained.
Talk about it.
Whether it's I have to just do too much, I have to, you know, listen to everything. Like I feel like there should be reciprocity in relationships. Like it shouldn't necessarily be like transactional. Well, if you do this for me, I'll do this for you. Like I don't like that, but like that reciprocity is like, no, like this is a person, you know, I can do that. And like you said, this is business. So I feel like that's a really great mindset to have.
Yeah, I'm a conversationalist, just to like kind of follow up on that. Like I'm a conversationalist, so I like to talk. Like that's so I got a platform, right? Because I like to talk and I like to share things, and I believe it's part of my purpose to do so. But I think I said this not too long ago with a conversation I was having with some homeboys, and I found myself forcing conversations with people or having a hard time having conversations with people just because they lack substance.
Yes.
Like, what are we talking about?
Yes.
I used to be a huge not advocate, but like somebody who used to really lean into small talk. Like I can have small talk with anybody.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't have much energy for small talk nowadays. Like, what are we talking about? If we ain't talking about nothing, then I'm gonna be quiet.
Yeah.
If it's not of anything of substance, if I'm not like, you know, drawn to the conversation or find it interesting or that person interesting, then I'm just gonna be silent because I don't have to talk all the time.
And I feel like that's wisdom because I'm in sales and marketing.
Yeah.
And so I went into sales really because I like to public speak. Like I would do panels and speak in front of people. And I kind of knew that I had a feature of like command. Like when I speak, people listen. For sure. And so I got into sales and I'm thinking it's more like this perky personality. Like I'm going to win you by my woo and my, you know, just my attraction to what I'm saying. But I'm learning like, it's not that at all. Really, as a good salesperson, you have to listen and understand to somebody else. And I think that's another thing that I've been working, that podcast has helped me on, is listening and understanding, right? I'm not listening to you to be able to respond to you. I'm listening to you to be able to understand. And then if I have feedback, give something back to your conversation. So it's challenging having those high level conversations, but I feel like it's helping me just have more clear communication,
Absolutely.
if nothing else.
Absolutely.
So you're talking about, just those former conversations that you've been having with people and kind of rising to a higher level. I think that's a great transition into what we were talking about in terms of becoming the better version of yourself. So walk us through that a little bit.
Yeah. It's a daily task, right? Especially when you're a believer, right?
Yeah.
And you're a follower of Christ. Every day is resubmission.
Yeah.
Every day it's bearing your cross, as heavy as it is, and carrying the burden that it is.
Yeah.
But it's fulfilling. Like when you really experiencing yourself pivot and transition from one self and to a better self, or like.
Right.
God is funny because he'll put you in a similar situation and see how you're going to respond. Like, if you're truly serious about,
And
like,
keep doing it.
if you're truly serious about your growth and your development and turning your heart, right?
Yeah.
He going to challenge you to be like, all right, prove it.
Yeah.
So, I really appreciate those moments. And am I successful in all of them? Maybe, no, I'm not.
Yeah.
Right? But one of my intentions that I set for this year was to choose Christ more than myself.
That's so good.
And with that, I'm huge into journaling. Like, I just like writing in general.
Yeah.
Like, I write everything down. Like, I'm not one to type in my phone for real. Like, if I'm a poet as well. So if I'm writing poetry, I'm really trying to write it down by hand.
Yeah.
When I'm journaling, I'm writing it by hand. When I'm writing prayers, I'm writing it by hand. Because I like to because in my mind, it's like I can see myself working through my thoughts.
Yeah.
Right? When you type in, like, you can backspace, and there is no evidence of, like, you thinking things through. But on page, I write in pen, so I can't even erase. Like, it's going to be scratched out. So I can see myself working through certain things within my mind.
Yeah.
But working towards my best self, right, in all aspects, so physically, emotionally, spiritually, financially, all of that good stuff.
Yeah.
In a way, I kind of agree with the sentiment, like, the way you do one thing is the way you do everything, right? So I take my physical health seriously. Like, I'm in the gym probably 5-6 days out the week.
That's amazing, yeah.
And it's not because I want to be physically fit or have this nice physique or whatever the case is. It's because I know how to obtain peace.
Yeah.
And that's where I get my peace from. And that's where I get my solitude from. That's where I can go and decompress in a productive way.
Yeah.
And I equate a lot of the things I do to the gym with how I live life. If I got a set of 4 and it's heavyweight and it's like, yeah, I ain't trying to do that 4th set.
Yeah.
All right. At some point in time in life, you're going to get to a point where you have to do things and you're going to be like, man, I don't really want to do that. So what you going to do? Are you going to quit and find a substitute, or you going to do your 4th set? So when I'm in the gym, like, I'm literally like thinking like that, like, nah, bro, knock that 4th set out, because this is building strength for you to ultimately do something further in a different situation. You know what I'm saying? In a different situation. When it comes to, like, mentally, I'm in therapy. I've been in therapy for about 4 years.
That's amazing.
And honestly, my sister put me on, and it's probably one of the greatest decisions I ever made.
Was that hard for you though? Like, to initially go, like, because I feel like, you tell a black man, hey, you should
No,
really
for sure.
talk to somebody.
For sure.
It's like, it's like, so what was your initial reaction to that?
Nah, it really wasn't. It really wasn't difficult.
Okay.
Because one, like, I love my sister and I trust my sister. My sister ain't gonna leave me to do nothing wrong.
Is she older?
Yeah,
Okay.
yep. She got me by like 3 years.
Okay, got you.
And like, we ain't always had like the great relationship growing up, because she thinks she's my mama, and I'm like, I wasn't trying to hear that. But like,
the older sisters are the second mothers. Like,
are you an older sister?
Yes, I'm older than my sister by 3.5 years. So yes, I'm.
So you understand,
like,
right? And I'm sure your sister can understand where I'm coming
Yes.
from. But like as we've grown as adults, like I understand where she was coming from.
Yeah, for sure.
And I respect it. And I'm not the man I am today without my sister.
Yeah.
But I started therapy after my platform or after doing podcasting. And on podcasting, you got to be vulnerable, right? Yeah. Essentially, in a sense, like you have to show yourself, right? You ain't got to get into the weeds and the deep depths of who you are or what it is, right? And being all up in and sharing all of your business. But there is that sense of vulnerability being on this microphone and having this camera and then uploading the content and people listening to it, right?
And then getting their feedback.
Right? So it was easy for me to be vulnerable in therapy because I had been doing it, you know, whether it was conscious or not on my platform. I have a black woman as a therapist. That's something
Nice.
I was like, I want a black woman as my therapist. And she's not too much older than me. She probably, if I had to guess, she probably got me by maybe like 8 years.
Okay, yeah.
And if that, maybe 5 for real.
Yeah.
So like a lot of people when they go into therapy, they don't always, one, they're not always open to it, and then like they have to formulate this relationship with their therapist. Like fortunately for me, I've been with the same woman for all 4 years.
Yeah.
A lot of people be like,
yeah, I was gonna say I was a hip hopper. Like,
you feel me? Like I ain't feeling a vibe, or you know, they not giving me what I need, or am I in therapy or are you in therapy type of situation. Like I was kicking it with this girl, and like I kind of got her tapped into therapy, and she was like, she would share with me like her sessions and stuff, and I'm like who's the therapist? Is it you or her? Like she taking up all your time.
Exactly.
So she ended up like pivoting to somebody else, but like fortunately for me, I didn't have that reality.
Yeah.
But the reason why I got into it is because I found myself to be a super indecisive person, and I wanted to learn the roots of my indecision, and then work through it to become a more decisive person, more decisive thinker.
Yeah.
Especially as a man, right? A man that considers himself a leader, a man that sees himself in the future as a husband, as a father, right? I believe husbandry and fatherhood is part of my purpose.
Yeah.
And with that comes making decisions, and you have to be decisive and firm and confident in those decisions. So that's what I really started for. And I was getting an unbiased opinion.
Exactly.
Because like, yes, I could take this to my homeboys or my homegirls or whatever the case is, but essentially they gonna respond in a way and still try to protect me.
Yeah.
I don't want that protection. I want it raw. I want it real. Like, Jared, you tripping. And tell me why I'm tripping. And then give me ways to give me homework. Yes. You know? So
and that's, sorry to cut you off, but that is, I feel like, the key to therapy. Like, because if you just go and only vent, what resources are you taking away? Like, that was really similar experiences to me. Like, I have gone around to a lot of different people, but I did have like a really good one up until like about a year when I was like, okay. But I think at first when I started going, I was so closed off. It was in my teen years. I was like, nobody can really tell me anything because I know everything. But then as I got older, I was like, okay, like I'm hitting the same type of bras, and I'm realizing like I need to change my thinking. And that's why I feel like therapy is so good for, because it's giving you resources.
Absolutely.
And like, you know, like CBT therapy, it's being like, okay, what do you have a pattern of doing?
Yeah.
What do you normally do in these situations? And first, how can we make you aware of how you're responding to these situations? If I step on your shoe and your immediate reaction is CL.
Yeah.
Cool. How do we navigate that?
Yeah.
Because somebody's always going to be stepping on your shoe.
Absolutely.
Well, you can't like, and that's a lot of times we're like, okay, well, if there's going to be issues, I'm going to just be by myself because I don't need anybody. Okay, cool. But how is that actually working for you? Yeah. Because we need people.
For sure.
We need people. We need strong, couples, because that makes strong communities. We need strong communities so we can build up our society.
For sure.
So, yeah, I think therapy has been amazing for that. But back to what you were saying about that, sorry.
And that's, and like, I agree with you.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with you. It's giving me tools on how to navigate certain situations, right? Certain conversations, how to better understand myself. And like I used to be a weekly goer, and then as I grew and developed better, I became a bi-weekly. Then I became a monthly, because like it'd be situations where I don't really need my therapist, because like I'm gonna just use what she taught me.
Exactly.
You know. But then like life life started life, and it's like, no, shorty, like we got to go back to bi-weekly because things are happening, and I need this outlet more frequently.
Yes.
But it's something that I've introduced to some of my homeboys, and
That's amazing.
and that's literally probably like one of my greatest flexes is my friend group, but to be able to get them into journaling, get them into like, nah, bro, like it's cool for you to come to me, but go talk to somebody for real. Go talk to a professional. Go talk to somebody that has the education behind why you feeling this way. Like, we had a session a couple months ago or a couple weeks ago, and she told me that I have an avoidant attachment style.
Okay.
Because like I took the test, right? And the test, like I tested, and my result was secure.
Okay.
So I thought like, I'm good. Like, here today, going tomorrow. I'm straight. It don't matter to me. But then I was telling her about a situation, and she's like, yeah, like you have an avoidant like detachment style too.
Yeah.
I'm like, what you talking about? And then as she talked further, and as I start making things start making sense, I'm like, yeah, you're right. I do kind of have like an avoidant attachment style as well. So
is that for protection?
Not necessarily for me.
Okay. Oh, okay.
For others.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say for other people, it's me essentially not putting them in a position where they can get hurt, or where I can hurt them, or where things could get so deep.
So like I'ma just leave this situation. I'ma go take a walk, or I'ma just go for the day.
You love me, I don't love you back, I'ma step away.
Okay.
Type of, like that type of thing, So like that's where like my avoidant comes from, because like I just rather not put us in that situation, or put us in that position where something may go left, or like it builds resentment and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So let's just slice this right here before it get too
deep.
The thing
that would probably tick me off.
Really?
Because I'm like, no. Right now is the time.
No.
Right? And that's really what I've had to work on. Like every like. I guess, yes, it can be impulsivity, like of like, yes, I have to talk about it. But my thing is like, if we don't talk about it, if we don't have this conversation, what's going to happen in the distance?
Yeah.
Is that going to break a bond? Is that going to, break a relationship, or just, whatever? But I've had to learn, even especially in professional settings, like a coworker said something to me, I cannot necessarily respond in that moment, because if we're having a conversation, you're on 10, I'm on 20, what is that going to do? So I feel like that's very, very important.
One of my biggest flexes in life has been like my friend group, like from like high school, but like just growing up, like from high school specifically. Because it's pretty large. I don't have like a small circle. Like I got guys that like I can really go to, and a lot of people, I feel like maybe you have experienced this. You outgrow people. Yeah. But fortunately for me and my friend group, we've all grown together. Unfortunately, the reason like we've grown together is because one of our closest friends, my cousin Ernie, he got sick like my freshman year of college. And it forced him to seek Christ further. Yeah. Which then, because of how we love and value him, it made us be more conscious of our relationship. Yeah. And then I was dealing with a woman, and it was a self-inflicted heartbreak, but my heart was broken. And because of that, and through therapy and the self-reflection that I've learned to do, I realized that I just wasn't the man that I thought I was. And the major part of that is because I didn't have a relationship for Christ really for myself. Yeah. Like we talk about off mic, like your folks was like, you're gonna be in the church regardless, right? Same for me in a sense. Like my mama, aunties, prayer warriors, my uncle's a pastor. I was a usher at 8 years old in the church. 8? Right, yeah. What?
8 is a new one for
Have
me.
Your seat. Here go your seat, like for real.
Yeah.
And, like my family established my relationship for Christ for me. Yeah. And that's kind of like just how I just always operated. Like, yes, I know God. Yes, I read my word. Yes, I have faith. But like, as an adult, you really got to establish your own relationship. So it took for me to have that heartbreak and for me to call Ernie and was like, bro, I can't. I don't know what's going on. Like I need Christ, bro.
Yeah.
And he prayed on the phone with me, and from there it's been nothing but top priority for me.
Yeah.
You know,
Praise
like
God.
I said to my homeboys, like my content or like my platform isn't a faith-based content or platform, but I can't have an episode and not mention God and not mention Christ because it's just in me. That's just like, it's just who I am, right? So we got a group chat called Foundation that Ernie started because he just really like wanted the support of his homeboys, but he felt his purpose, and his purpose is to bring people closer to the Lord, right?
Yeah.
And then from there we got a group chat called One Accord with some with more guys outside of our essential group.
Yeah.
But it's nothing but positivity, right? It's sharing scripture, it's praying for one another, it's random Bible study, like everybody want to hop on a call at 8, all right, cool, if you can tap in, right?
Yeah.
It's holding yourself accountable, right? Like I think I remember doing something in the day, and I had to confess. So I went to the group chat and I told him, like, hey bro, this is what I just experienced. I'm disappointed in myself, but I gotta be real with the group, and it also is a sense of accountability, because
absolutely,
if I'm pouring into these men in this group, I want to be able to truly be true to what I'm saying, right? So even on the outside looking in, it's like, nah, bro, you can't do that, because these men are looking at you as a leader in the group, or I don't want to be a hypocrite, in the group. And I was telling you, like, I'm a sanctified heathen, essentially saying that, like, I know the Lord, I have a relationship, I'm a follower of Christ, but I'm imperfect.
Yeah.
And I truly try to lean into my imperfections, and I try to lean into my convictions. And I've crafted an episode, and I haven't recorded it yet. It's titled "The Confessions of a Believer," because it truly is the hardest thing that you will ever do.
Yeah.
Is accept Christ and truly try to live your life for him.
Because you're dying to yourself daily.
Absolutely.
And I think that concept is really, really foreign, even to those who grew up in the church, because it's easy to just go to church on Sunday and not have that relationship. But when you're like, no, I actually want to make this a part of who I am, I have to die to myself. How do you describe what that process was like for you? And because I think it's hard for, like I said, for people to conceptualize that idea. So how do you know I'm all over. Okay. Your walk now with Christ looks a certain way.
Yeah.
And even though you had a love for Christ, it wasn't reflective in your actions. You're not perfect now, but it's different than how it was.
Absolutely.
What has that transition been like for you? And how do you know, like, okay, no, like, I'm actually about Jesus's business?
Yeah. So first of all, like, I read the Gospels, like, and anybody that has come to me about establishing a relationship, that's always where I try to send them.
Absolutely.
Like, go to the Gospels to really learn how Christ moved on earth.
Yeah.
Right. I got a poem that I wrote, and one of the lines in the poems was, I used to just think that love was a feeling. Just another 4-letter word, until I opened up that word and I found out that love was a verb.
Yeah.
So that's how I know, because my actions really flow from my heart. My decisions really flow from my heart, because that's where everything comes from. So trying to make sure that my heart has good soil, but conviction is how I knew I was doing the business of the Lord, or really trying to live righteously and Christ-like, right? Because our inheritance is salvation, right? But you got to understand your convictions. Like, I wrote it. So I'm writing a story called "A Moment in Love Place." Originally, it was an erotica. And for those that don't know what an erotica is, it's essentially a sex story. And I wrote it. I recorded it. I put it on my platform. People gave me all types of feedback. But then once, like a month later, I re-listened to it, and because I was getting ready to write the next part, and I felt convicted.
You wrote Song of Solomon Part 2?
I felt convicted about putting out this content that was so secular and so, and like it's descriptive, you know, and the language is strong. I've come back to it because now it's more of a romance drama with some of that in it still, because I do still think it's okay to tell that story and have that in the story, but it's not nearly as descriptive as parts 3 and 4 are. Like disclaimer, if you go to my platform and go to a Moment in Love place and listen to 3 and 4, do it in the confines of your own privacy. Don't do it at work. Don't listen to it at work. Don't listen to it in the car. Like, don't do that, because it's that. But I left it up there because of my growth.
Yes.
Like, even my content has like, if you listen to like my first 50 episodes to the episodes that I've recorded recently, completely different conversation. You know, like, I try not to use as much profanity. Like, I got a foul tongue. Yeah. But you can't confess great things and good things with a foul tongue, right? So it's just stuff like that where I'm just more conscious of myself and leaning into my convictions. Yeah,
I think that's good, and that's where grace comes in, and just really leaning into the power and the grace of Jesus Christ and going to Him instead of the world, because I think it's so easy to turn to the world with our issues and be like, well, I'm gonna just, you know, this party will help, or this, you know, this substance will help, or this person will help. And then when you realize all of that will actually leave you empty, He's the only thing that can fill it.
I tell you this, also, not to cut you off.
No, you're good.
But I start thinking about eternity. That's what really changed. My convictions and trying to live life with eternity in mind. Yeah. Because only what we do for Christ on this earth will last, right? That's what's going to earn us our seat into the kingdom. It ain't the materialistic things that we have. Of course, these things are nice. You can't even take it with you. Can't take it with you. You feel me? Can't take it with you. The argument with your homeboy, your homegirl, that don't mean nothing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's what you do is having the heart of a servant. You know, it's serving others. We were placed on this earth to serve and love one another. That's it. Yeah, absolutely. And that's what we should be doing. So with that in mind, like, life has never made more sense since I've started living with eternity in mind. How is this moment right here? How is this conversation gonna get me to the kingdom? It will, because somebody gonna listen and they may feel convicted. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? This is the work of the Lord right here. Even if I do leave here and go do some BS, I served. And the BS that I will go and do, I'll repent. And I'll put my best effort forward to not make the same mistake. Yeah. But it's where your heart is. Because that's repenting. It's not like, if I step on your shoe and I'm like, I'm so sorry, I will never do it again. And tomorrow, the next day, I'm constantly stepping on your shoe. I thank God that He's not, you know, He's loving and forgiving, because He's much more gracious than we as people can ever be. So I was listening to this sermon. I'm on Wednesdays I do a personal Bible study, and I've been following you know, Jerry Flowers. I think so. The name sounds really familiar. I'm sure if I showed you him, yeah. So he's doing a series on the parables. Okay. And one of the sermons he talked about was, thank God our God is not a fair God, but a just God. Just, sovereign, holy, righteous. You feel me? Because if God was fair, we would have been we would have been burning a long time ago. Yes. Right? Because what the parable was the first to be the last and the last to be first. You know, like the workers, and how you know, the one workers worked 8 hours and got paid amount, and then the people that worked 1 hour got paid the same amount as those that worked 8 hours. Yes, right. And they're like, what's going on? Like, why are they getting paid that much more? Because it don't matter when you come to Christ. You're gonna get the same love, grace, and mercy as a person that has been a follower, believer of Christ for 50 years. Because He's a just God. Yes. and he's not fair. If he was fair.
And that's why we can't be too self-righteous.
Exactly.
And God has quickly humbled me and taken me off a pedestal I put myself up on, or people put myself on, like, you know, door closed. I'm like, God, why do you keep, because it was never you that was giving it in the first place.
Funny story. And this is when it clicked to me that like eternity and anywho, I had loaned 2 people money. One person told me they was gonna pay me back in a certain period of time. Didn't get the money back.
Yeah.
Ghosted me for like 3 weeks. And then I loaned somebody else some money. Said it's gonna pay me back a certain day. Then I get on Instagram and they at a birthday dinner. Ruth Chris. Like, where my money?
Got it.
I'm thinking like, where's my money? And first of all, like when I give out money, I don't do it often, but when I do, I already have it in my mind. Like I'm not gonna get this back. It's cool, right? But I ain't gonna lie, I was in a situation where like them funds I gave, I could really use them. Right. You feel me? I can really use those. And I felt some type of way about it. And I listened to another sermon Jerry was doing.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing on this earth ours. Even the breath that we breathe is not ours. It's all gifted to us. So in that sermon, I'm like, you know what? That money ain't even mine.
It's not mine.
It's not mine. And what's crazy is, after I listened to that, after I had that realization, and I realized nothing in this world is mine. These clothes aren't mine. The car not mine. My breath in my body that I breathe for the last 26 years is not mine. She paid me back. He paid me back. I got my taxes. See how God worked?
Yeah.
You feel me?
And I've been blessed to be around some people who have been walking with the Lord for a long time. Not a little hike. Not, been walking with the Lord for a really long time, and it's like their faith is so strong. Yeah. Because they know whatever I'm going through, whatever situation I'm in, whatever circumstance I'm in, God is doing something. And that's how the mindset, it has to be like that. And as I'm getting older, I'm like, okay, I can stress about this, but God's already worked it out because he did it the last time.
So on my hand, I got "But God" tatted, and I got "No flinch," and I got Philippians 4:6. But God, but God.
But God.
Self-explanatory.
If God is for us,
who could be against us?
Who can actually, like, I had to look in the mirror the other day, stressing about whatever it is, homework, whatever it is, life. If God is actually on my side, if I'm just, if I'm righteous, if I'm doing what I can to serve him and to be, a good steward of what he's given me, who can really be for me?
When was the last time he failed you?
He failed me? Never.
Right?
Never.
No flinch. So that's why I don't stress. Like people be stressing out about stuff. I haven't had a stressful day since COVID. Cause that's when I had that mindset shift. Like, no flinch. In the eyes of adversity, I'm not gonna flinch. Why? Because I'm confident in my Lord.
My God.
I'm confident in my relationship with the Lord, and I'm confident in me. Yes. And at the end of the day, things gonna work out. It may not happen overnight, but overnight it'll happen. You feel me? And then Philippians 4:6, don't worry about anything, instead pray about everything. Tell the Lord all that you need and thank you for all he's done. What I'm worried about. And like, it's easier said than done. Cause I'm still gonna worry a little bit, Lord. Absolutely. I'm sorry. I'm still human. Yeah. But at the end of the day, like when I really think about it, the overall thought and the overall, concept and context of Christ, I have nothing to worry about. He ain't failed me yet. Yeah. Like he hasn't failed me yet. He hasn't forsaken me yet. I've anything that I've needed, I've gotten. When I wanted it, maybe not, but it's always been on time. Yeah.
And it's that full reliance upon him.
Absolutely.
I'm not having a relationship with God to get what I want out of it. And that's a realization I've had this year. If this was it, if this was all I could sacrifice to the Lord, was just these, 22 years that I've had on this earth, praise be to the Most High King.
So I asked myself a question not too long ago. I asked myself really hard questions because I have to sit with hard truth, right? If I can't with myself, then I can't expect nobody else to, Right. I asked myself, if God was to never give you another blessing, would you be okay with that? Would you still praise him? It took me a while.
If he didn't give me the thing I've been praying for.
If he didn't give me nothing else. Yeah. Like, this is all you got for the rest of your life. If I don't bless you with nothing else. will you still praise me? And I had to sit with that because, like, yeah, I would, but no, would you really? Mm-hmm. The answer ended up being yes, because I do know how good he is.
Yeah.
And his goodness. I've seen his goodness. I've experienced his goodness. I've experienced his goodness in other people. Mm-hmm. And I think about eternity. I ain't trying to burn. Mm. You feel me? Mm. And that's the battle. That's the constant battle of being a follower, right? And not a follower, but a follower and a believer.
Yeah.
It's that constant battle of, like, is this decision you gonna make really worth spending the rest of your life in hell?
Right.
You know?
And on earth.
And on earth,
too. Like, you mentioned basically saying, like, Jesus will accept you wherever you're at, and then you come and it's the same. And I remember a pastor saying, and this was something that was pivotal for me when I was choosing Christ for myself. Yeah. He said, God will accept you at any time you come.
Yeah.
If you wait till you're 80 years old to accept Christ, he'll accept you.
Yeah.
But you've missed out on 79 years without the Lord on this earth. Like, he, you know, the way he helps me, the way he guides me, the way he leads me, like, there is a huge shift from who I am now to when I thought that I had everything without God.
I swear.
Like, what would you say for you if you had to go back to Pitt freshman year of college? Yeah. What did he need to hear? What did he need to know?
Oh, that's a loaded question. I had multiple personalities as a young dude. Like, I was Pitty Mac for a minute, and the Mac meant something.
Okay.
You feel me?
Yeah.
But if I was to talk to my younger self now with the wisdom that I have, it would have been to prioritize that relationship with Christ. Like I said, I knew I read my Bible for every football game. Like, you know, I did the devotionals and all of that good stuff. But honestly, you know what? Can I be really honest with you? I wouldn't change nothing. I really wouldn't change nothing.
Yeah.
Because I needed that.
You needed it.
I needed to be of the world in that period of time to truly value what it's like. You know what? To truly value this walk I'm on now. Like, bro, you have come so far. Like, I've when I joke, when I say I live lives, I really live lives. And those lives that I lived, really allowed me to see how good God was, and I wasn't even prioritizing him.
Right.
Like, humbling experiences, near-death experiences, life-altering experiences, but God's still giving me a way out.
Did it cost you as much as you thought it would to choose a life with Christ? No. Was it the bondage? No. Was it you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, because when it's like, oh, I'm in the world, like, I don't want to be bound, though.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to say yes to something higher than myself when I'm living in freedom. Yeah. But whole time you're bound to the thing that you can't get away from.
It's like the Lord give us free will.
Yeah.
Right. No, it didn't cost. It didn't cost a whole lot. Because this is what I wanted. This is what I want.
Yeah, but you also knew, though.
Yeah, I knew better.
You knew, because I feel like when there's a difference between somebody coming out of church and going straight to church. There's a complete difference than somebody making a pit stop in the world and then being like, I say for me it was a pit stop. Yeah, I wasn't there too long, but I was there just enough to be like, yeah.
I was lukewarm. I was very lukewarm. You feel me? And I still battle with it right now. Like, am I Luke? And I think that's subjective.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think I'm Luke. I'm not perfect, but I don't think I'm Luke.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I would pick and choose what in the word applied to me.
Yeah.
Now we adhere to everything, even the things that we don't want to. We have to accept it because this is doctrine.
Everything.
This is it. This is doctrine. This is it. This is all this is the guide to life. You can't pick and choose what in the word you want to abide by.
Yeah.
You must adhere to everything. Will you? That's up to you in your walk, right? But I'm so appreciative of the person that I was at a younger age with less wisdom.
Yeah, I can definitely relate to that. And I think I've been, as I'm getting older, like I really want to embody who it is that God has called me to be as a woman. Not necessarily what I see for myself, but who does he see me as, you know? Like when I think of Proverbs 31, you know, a woman who gives this certain energy, this certain vibe,
woman.
and this certain love to her home.
Yeah.
I want to ask you, and this is to help, you know, a young man who may be listening, what has your relationship with women changed like when you were in the world as opposed to now?
I'm no longer a whore.
Oh.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Like I used to move frivolously with the thing between my legs. I value them differently. I've never been an abuser of women.
Yeah.
You know, if she wanted to sleep with me, hell yeah.
It's just
you
like
feel
if
me?
it's the
if
like
it's there,
the
you know what I'm
access,
saying?
right.
Absolutely, the
Yeah.
access and the proximity.
Yeah.
But to know that like I'm taking her soul, I'm responsible for, you know, potentially her not getting into the kingdom. And my conversations are different.
Yeah.
My sister taught me this. She like, don't ever take a woman's choice away. You know? And then I heard something from Chico Bean. He was like, volunteers, no victims. Be open, honest, transparent, off rip, and let her know what's going on. And if she chooses to stay, she'll volunteer instead of lying. And then things happening, and now she's a victim because you weren't truthful.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just the way that I value them. But it's more so about how I value myself.
Yes.
It wasn't necessarily them. It was me not valuing myself. It's not me not knowing my own worth and knowing that
because
like
worth can be associated with having a lot of women.
Absolutely.
And that's what society tells you. Oh, look at you.
Yeah, he got all
Oh,
the
look
hoes.
at
Yeah,
you.
you know, like nah, like
You have a lot of soul ties.
that definitely ain't it.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like it definitely isn't it. But like I said, I appreciate those experiences and I appreciate my younger self because I just had a conversation with one of my neos and I made life make sense to him because I'm telling you where I came from and where I am now. It wouldn't hit the same if I had no trials and tribulations.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I appreciate the people who have been truly devout followers of Christ and haven't experienced being of the world. Right?
Yes.
I appreciate them because they have this pureness to them, right? Which is cool. But I also value people who have experienced how this world would treat you when you are in it. And now that they have taken themselves away from it, like such as myself, and then we fighting hard not to get back into it, because you're more relatable, and it makes people establishing a relationship with Christ more attractive. And it's like that shouldn't be an attractive thing. It should. Being a follower of Christ should be attractive.
No,
me
100%.
walking around the world and me walking around in spaces and like you interact with me and you can feel God. That means something to me. That's attraction. You're attracted to me. My energy is attractive to you. Why is he glowing like that? Why is he move like that? Why does he have favor like that?
Yeah.
Because I have God.
And it's not just your outward appearance.
No,
it's not just your outward appearance.
You.
And I feel like God in his design of people has made us attractive in hopes of attracting people to him. If for some reason you come up to me and like, oh my gosh, like I love what you do, I love who you are, great. I might not necessarily be interested, but I actually have something to give you. And that's the word.
Facts.
You know. So
Facts.
how do you feel about like relationships in terms like that? Do you feel like God has like a person waiting for you, or do you feel like it's whoever you make it work with that's aligned with you?
And we talking like romance?
Yeah.
That's crazy. You know, I think we all have a person. And within that, I think it's more about who you are, right? Because when I pray, like, of course, I pray for, like, Lord, send me the woman
Yeah.
that is this, that is that, that has these qualities. What do you have?
Yeah.
So now my prayers have been, Lord, make me into the man that that woman is praying for.
Because how are you going to attract that person?
Whoever it is, right? Because I truly believe that a woman is a reflection of the man. So if she nagging at you and she irritable and she annoying you, all right, bro, what are you doing? You know? But if she out here head in the cloud on airplane mode, you know, passenger princess, and, you know, she just the happiest go lucky thing, that probably has something to do with you as well.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm more so worried about me becoming a man that I need to be to possess and to possess this woman, but then to take care of her.
Yeah.
And that's another intention that I set for this year was to find love organically.
Yes.
You know, like I'm not forcing anything. I'm not going to look for anything. If it happens, it happens. If it comes to me and it comes to me, and I feel like that is right, and like I'm communing with God. I'm like, hey, like what's the word? Is this her? You will know.
Yeah, and that's what I love about God. The standards that felt like they were keeping me bound, because I grew, you know, it wasn't no, you're going to be in at a certain time of night. You're not going to wear this. You're not going to talk to these certain types of people. And you definitely not going to be hanging out on that side of town.
Tight.
Because you're not bringing home, you're not doing that. But so when we talk about certain calibers of people, I feel like, you know, when you're operating in a lower, you just don't have your values aligned. You're attracting different people. And then it's like, cool, we might be physically attracted, but when it comes to us having an actual conversation, it's not really going anywhere. Or I get in a relationship and I'm realizing, like, yeah, our values aren't aligned. And that's why I feel like it's so important to be equally yoked, because, like, I've been like, okay, well, cool, I'm a strong enough believer to where, like, it's fine if our values aren't aligned, but when you get to them deep conversations with people, and my dad put it so clear to me, because he was like, Sierra, when you have kids, is it going to be a requirement, or, you know, like an invitation for your kids to worship, or is it going to be an option? And I didn't want to raise my kids in a household where Jesus was an option. I didn't want it to be like, well, I'm preaching, you know, Christianity to my children, and then my husband is like, well, if you want a relationship with God, that's cool. I don't have one, but if that's what you're into, that wasn't good enough for me, because what is the statistic like? If the mom is a Christian, the kids are more likely to be, you know, a believer. But if the dad of the home, it's like 94%. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
So, you know, I was blessed to be able to have, you know, my father, who's a deacon at our church, and just kept me in church and always, you know, empowered me to sing and be in ministry and be a leader. Like, we need more men like that. Like, we have to have that foundation, and that's what, you know, I chose. And my partner is like, no, these are the core values. If, you know, we're not aligning, that's okay. It's no loss to me or to you, because you have a person that's where you at. But for me and my house, we're gonna serve the Lord.
It's one of my non-negotiables.
Yes, 100%.
It's non-negotiable. You don't. I'm not saying you got to be a Bible thumper. Yeah. Right, but you have to be open. You have to have a relationship, or at least open to a relationship. But even just being open is not good enough, because I'm at a point where I'm not, like, yes, I'm a leader, but I really don't want to, like, have to lead somebody to Christ. Like, and
and it drains you.
Absolutely.
And it drains you, because it's like, if you could, and this is the analogy I use for that. If you and I become friends and you shop at Walmart, and you're my friend now, so you shop at Trader Joe's, we not friends no more. Okay, at Trader Joe's, you love it, you like it, it's cool, something different. We're not friends anymore. You're probably going to go back to Walmart, because that's what you were used to. Or Meijer. I ain't trying to, you know, you no, Meijer. But you get what I'm saying. Like, if it's a new idea to somebody, and if they do come to Christ through you, praise God. But I think that's why prayer and discernment are so good too. Absolutely. Because not even just what you can see, somebody can be a believer and still not be a good fit for you. It's about prayer and discernment, and then, like, God will literally remove them. When you pray that prayer, like, is this actually for me? And having that conviction in your heart, it's like, yeah, he'll remove.
But then you gotta be courageous enough to stand on it, to, like, stand on a discernment.
100%. Because I've prayed a prayer, like, even in my current relationship, like towards the beginning, like, God, I'm seeing great things in this person, but if it's not for me, please know that I'm willing to put you above all else. Facts. Like, I don't want to go into a relationship idolizing it because it's not you. My partner's not you, and I know that.
And that's something I've struggled with because I like I really have a here today and gone tomorrow mentality.
Yeah.
And like I be feeling so bad because like I really will detach. Like I don't care.
Yeah.
Like I do. I'm an Aries, which is like don't really
Yeah.
it don't really mean nothing because like the Lord didn't really don't believe in astrology and stuff like
You
that.
like,
but,
I got the symptoms.
but I got like when I read some of the stuff,
Yeah.
it make a little bit of sense.
Yeah,
and like
no,
one of the
for real.
things is like I care, but I don't give up at the same time.
Yeah. But isn't it a blessing though when you do get to your person though, when you get there, you're gonna be able to tell her like, even if you're in a waiting season too of like, I'm actually deciding to wait for you. And then when I get with you, we have this. And, you're praying. She's praying for you, too.
She better be.
Hello? Hello? She could be in the comments, quite honestly.
She better be. Yeah.
But she's praying for you, too. And
sure.
and it's literally will be God that's bringing you to that person as opposed to you just being like, well, who wants me? Or, who do I want?
Right. Just settling.
Yeah. No, for sure.
I'd rather be alone.
Yeah, 100%. Well, another one of your hobbies, traits, skills is acting.
Sure.
And I know you're in a production, so just tell me a little bit about that, the name of it, your character.
So, the show is called Smoldering Fires. It's put on by Face Off Theater Company, local black
Shout
owned
out
theater.
Face Off.
Yeah, theater company in Kalamazoo. This is like my 4th show with them. So definitely a home, right, in the theater world. I play Mr. Tyler and Martin Luther King. Personally, I don't really like the show. And it's not because like I don't like the way like it's written and stuff like that. It's just because like the characters I've been playing have all died. And like as a believer, that's you sit with, and as an actor, like you gotta really like and it messes with your spirit a little bit. So I'm just kind of tired of playing those roles. But outside of that, it's a really dope show.
So what does that mean? Like, because everybody has like archetype, right? Meaning like you kind of fit into something. I don't know. I've just talked to my art. So why are you the person that's good at that?
It's just a story.
Is it like
it's a story that's
just
being
Celine,
told? Like
like
I played
Martin
Luther King in a mountaintop,
Okay.
and that was an imaginative story about his last night in a Lorraine motel before he was assassinated the next day. So and that's how the show ended. Boom, being shot. I played a character called Tyler in the show called Goodnight Tyler, where he was killed by police brutality or gun violence by the police because he was dating a white girl and they had an interaction and it didn't look like how it was supposed to look. He ended up dying, coming back as a ghost type of thing. I played a character called Clay in The Dutchman, where it's a 2-person show, so it's the mountaintop. And it's like written in 1964, so it's real controversial, but black man on a train being antagonized by this white woman. She ended up killing him at the end of the show. And then my family dies in a house fire in this show. So I don't know. And that's something I've asked, like I've prayed about and I've asked Christ about, and I don't know why, and why I find myself in these roles. But because of the craft and because of the art, I accept it. And no, I don't think I'll be, I hope I don't find myself in the future in too many roles where I'm not making it to the end of the show.
Exactly.
Or whatever the case is. But we have a great cast, some really good leadership. And I'm excited for people to see it. But I think I got into acting because one, I'm like a natural entertainer. It's kind of been manifested. Like my family used to call me Jake the Entertainer all the time. It's like they call me intimately, they call me Jake. So that was always a thing. But I think the correlation I've made, it feel like sport. Like I played football from 1st grade all the way up to my last year of college. And it really feels like sport, like the repetitions, the practice. I've never been more tired after a football game than I have been after a show. Especially like a really emotionally invested show. Like you be drained after that. And I don't know, I just like performing. I like entertaining. I like being able to embody other things and the way it comes out. And the way it's received, it's been really cool. I did a short film in Chicago last May. That was really fun, and that was given like Love Jones, and I kind of like that. I'm shooting another short film next weekend locally, and I'm looking to pursue this thing for real, like entertainment for real, and like being a creative for real. I told my sister the other day, like I woke up one morning, didn't want to go to work, and I told her like I don't want to do nothing but create. I just want to create. I just want to create. I just want to write. I just want to do this, do that. I just want to create. So God willing, I find myself in that space, you know, if that's a part of his will for my life.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So last question, season 2, why not now? I want to know what's next. What do you have planned? Obviously, it's to continue creating what? Creating where, creating with who, if you know.
Next for me is a move. It's a move. I think I've outgrown this place. You know, not in a negative way. Exposure leads to expansion. I need if I want to continue to flourish and grow as a person, I have to be in spaces where I can do that. And you know, I feel like there's a cap.
Man, you the second person that just came on this platform and said y'all dipping.
Yeah,
you
like
gotta
I don't know
go.
when, right? Like ideally I have a time frame, but at the same time I'm totally okay with planning. Yeah. You know, and I'm not an impulsive person. I'm a very calculated person. But I think a move is next for me. Yeah. To expose myself to more things for greater opportunities. Absolutely. So I can find myself on greater platforms to serve.
Yeah, for sure. And I feel like I'm definitely in the same position. Well, I'm graduating, so not necessarily maybe moving, but moving to my
moving
career.
On from different spaces.
Moving on
absolutely.
from different spaces.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I feel like, gosh, like I feel like I've been in college forever. Like I'm scared for the real world.
You more than
you
prepared.
Got a tip?
You more than prepared.
You got a resource.
And go with God. No, honestly, like you truly are more than prepared. Like you are an exceptional young woman. You have a lot going for yourself. You have a lot of wisdom. You have a lot of intangibles. You have a lot of qualities that will get you far. Yeah. And a lot of things that you've done on this campus will be cemented as, you know, great accomplishments. Yeah. But don't let these be your greatest accomplishments. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? And when you enter the real world, take it one day at a time. That's all you got.
Yeah. And I want to journal. Like, I feel like I've only, this is so vulnerable. I think I filled up about 10 journals since I've been in college. Like, big journals, just like writing. Like when a book comes out, I've already written it. It's already at home.
You said you gotta go back to your journals and piece
them
together?
Literally, and just put them together and be like, okay, like what's like it would take me just weeks and weeks to do it. Yeah. But I got really great advice the other day, which was to write everything that I learned in a new job, so that when I leave, it's like, okay, cool, I worked on this project, but like, what did I actually learn about this industry, or learn about this company? So I'm just looking forward to like learning. I'm a learner of life. Like, I think Janae, I was at a face-off theater. You were in it. Detention. You was in detention. What's the name of it?
Exception to the Rule.
Yes, Exception to the Rule. And I don't know if you remember at the end where it was like one night we had like Q&A. Yeah. And it was just Janae, and she was like, be a learner of life. Like, fall in love with learning. It doesn't have to be just a structured education. Like, for me, I had a very traditional route throughout education. But, like, fall in love with learning.
I'm so observant. I observe everything. Like, one thing in sports, they always say, take mental reps. Yeah. I ain't got to be in it to learn. I ain't got to be in it to know it. I ain't got to touch the fire to know it's hot. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So as long as you continue to observe, and then make it applicable to you. Yeah. Like how would you react in that situation? You know, how do you see yourself showing up in that space? Yeah. And just continue to, you know, again, take it one day at a time, because that's all we have.
Yes, for sure. Well, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having
me. I
need
y'all to go and follow all of his things. Follow his Instagram. Shout him out. Your podcast.
Yeah, personal Instagram, pitt.otl. HomeFld Instagram, HOMEFLD.otl.
Yes, and you're going to continue to do amazing things, support his play. I don't know when this episode is going to come out, but I'm definitely going to come try to support your play and just continue doing amazing things. Like, continue to let God lead you. Thank you. And every door that's open, just remember it's from him. Like, it's not you, it's him. Absolutely. Through you.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you all so much. Once again, my name is Sierra Ward, and I've been your host today. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment if you haven't already. Y'all, I'm trying to produce this content and get this out for y'all. So continue being loyal, and I'll be loyal to y'all as well. Thank you so much, and have a blessed day. Bye.